What's up everyone, it's Nimious. So currently I'm a bit sick, so if I sound a bit funny, that's why. And it's also the reason why I've been, streaming. Anyways, new content out, the official trailer for Children of Fate, the preview video, it's out. So let's take a look at it together, and given that the stats are already out, and now that we know the skills, let's do some basic analysis and see how good these heroes exactly are. Anyways, let's begin.
Seen any cute girls?
If you're feeling a bit sluggish, let's head out for a run.
I cannot shirk my studies if I wish to become a great king. Be ready!
It must be fate that brought me here.
Okay, let's take a look at our first hero from Conquest, the Adorable Adorer, which is the greatest title in the game so far. It's Soliel. Now, Soliel, from the stats we've seen so far, she's very respectable as a sword hero. She's definitely right now a top 10 sword hero, but because there's so many, like a Ryoma, like a Aira, like a Mia, heck, even heroes like Alincia, Black Knight, Ike, there's so many great sword heroes in the game. So it's really hard for her to break in top 5, but top 10 definitely. Now, up till this point, it's only been Fire Sweep Lance and Fire Sweep Bow, but with the introduction of Soliel and Fire Sweep Sword Plus, I can see us getting more Fire Sweep weapons in the future, particularly Fire Sweep Axe. Darting Blow is not ideal, but it's a good stopgap. In consideration to Tier 20 arena, you'd fight sword heroes in general being for the red slot of most teams. Most people don't run Fire Mages thus far, but sword heroes thus far are generally fast. So you look at an Aira, Mia, Ryoma, Lucina's, everyone's fast. They would be in their 40-something speeds, and if you're using Fire Sweep Sword, that's problematic. If you attack and you don't double and you don't finish them off, you can't counterattack. So you attack them, they attack, or if they attack you and you can't attack, so you on your turn you attack, but you can't double, and then they attack you again and you're dead. That's a problem, right? So you want more speed, and Darting Blow helps provide that, but Darting Blow is not ideal. Ideally though, I would say it's Swift Sparrow or Life and Death. And I would think Life and Death is better than Swift Sparrow because you want to have more speed in general. For example, like, it's possible to fight Aira's, Mia's that are 45 speed, and if Soliel ever fights them, the most she do is one shot, and then they double on her and kill her. Heck, even versus Ryomas and stuff, if you do not kill them in one single round, you're in trouble. If Ryoma has Vantage, which is in his standard build, and everybody does this because he has this counter to sword, they use Vantage. If you don't one round him, the most you do is one shot, and it's his turn. He attacks, and then you can't attack him anymore because he has Vantage online, and that's a problem. For specials at 53 attack, it's pretty obvious. You got to go with Draconic Aura or Dragon Fang. I would say Draconic Aura makes more sense. It's 16 damage roughly from 53 attack, and all the stats you see are neutral right now. That makes a lot of sense for her. That's a good boost, helps out a lot. So how I would build her is do Draconic Aura, Life and Death, and for the beast skill slot I would use Swordbreaker, because from what I just mentioned, most of your issues would be versus sword heroes. If you fought an axe hero, in general they're slow. The fastest axe hero you'll ever fight is Amelia. In general, it's something like Xerxes. Well, not really, Xerxes are pretty rare. But if you do fight Green Flyer like Baruka, Minerva, she'll do perfectly fine. She should one-shot them. And if you fight slower ones like Hector, Brave Ike, then that's fine, you'll double them anyway. So you don't need to use Axe Breaker. You also don't need to use Desperation because Fire Sweep acts like Desperation. They can't counterattack you. So There's not a lot of good choices here, and I would say Swordbreaker. Hit and Run, Renewal, they're also options, but I don't prefer them at all. I would say Swordbreaker, because you definitely want to make sure you can take on your most likely opponents, which are all sword heroes. And yeah, for your C skill, I would replace it, because Drive Res rarely makes a difference. It could, but it's so rare. One rare instance where it would make a difference is, say, if you had Reinhardt attack your Hector. If they have Quick Impulse Moonbow, that 3 extra res could be a difference between life and death. But that is such a specific situation that most people don't ever need it. It makes more sense to have Hones or Fortifies, but yeah. All in all, Soliel's a great hero. If you want to make her perfect though, you would really want plus attack or plus speed, though I would personally go for plus speed. And for Banes, I would say minus defense or minus resistance. There's only really 2 options there. From Birthright, the raw talent, Shiro. Now, unfortunately, I can right away tell you there's no such thing as raw talent here. Shiro's pretty iffy, man. The most we can say about him is that you best give him quick riposte, and that's it. He's really not good. It's a wasted opportunity for Shiro specifically, because nobody's going to go out of their way to get Shiro when they have Fjorn already. There would be no reason to use Shiro over Fjorn, and Fjorn even has Ice Mirror. There's a lot of things going for Fjorn over Shiro. It's not just that, there's other defensive lancers like Obero, like Lucas. Even Ephraim would be fairly decent defensively and have a bigger role to play. Shiro's just so stuck in his role of being a counterattacker, which doesn't help him because he can't just use this counter, and if he's really bad on his own phase. In terms of how to build Shiro, if you do happen to get one, I would just say quick riposte. That's it. You want to keep defensive tactics, which I don't think is as good as some people are making it out to be. 6 defense is nice and all, but again, like Drive Res, 6 defense rarely makes a significant amount of difference. Well, 6 defense is a lot, but yeah, in general, you want to have your reds fight greens, your greens fight blues, your blues fight reds. So in those situations, that extra bit of defense, it's very hard to make a difference. It's only will really make a difference when you have like blues fight blues, red fight reds or something. But even then, that's just from experience from playing arena so much. But definitely use it though. There's really no reason not to use that. But yeah, there's nothing to do here. You just put like quick riposte and bonfire or Ignis. That's it. Going forward though, if you like Shiro, and I know a lot of people like Shiro, just use Shiro. But or pull him and use him. But if you want to know how bad he is, his stat wise, he's comparable to someone like Dono. It's really not good. Alright, finally we get to the final hero, the future king, Siegbert. Now, Siegbert is right away a very interesting hero. From his stats, we see he's a very competent sword hero, not to mention he's on a horse, which makes him so much more powerful thanks to the ability of Horse Emblem. Right away from skills, we see something interesting, and that's his Dark Greatsword. Dark Greatsword grants attack speed +4 during combat if unit initiates combat. So, does that sound familiar? Because it should, it's Swift Sparrow. Swift Sparrow is obviously a very good skill. So what does all of this say to us? Siegbert is fantastic from an attack standpoint, and he's definitely one of the top 10 sword heroes in the game, and being on a horse, he's probably a top 3 sword hero on a horse. It's debatable if it's Brave Roy ahead of him, and you know, the new Eldigan with the Mistilin upgrade. Yeah, it's really hard to say who should be better, but I think Siegbert's probably 1 or 2. It's either him or Brave Roy in my opinion. Either way, here's one of the most interesting heroes in the game right now because of a pure attack standpoint. Let me put it this way, in most cases, right, you can't one-shot another hero that is you don't have an advantage on, say like red versus red instead of red versus green, right? Alright, what if I told you this? Actually possible to one-shot a Ryoma, a Lucina, you know, those common red heroes he would fight. Yeah, he hits that goddamn hard. Let's see some basic math here. Say you got a plus attack Siegbert, he's at 53 attack. He attacks now, he gets +4 attack from Dark Greatsword, +6 attack from Death Blow, so that's 10, on top of the extra 3 from being attack boon, that's 63. Alright, so you have Home Cavalry, which would be normal, you would be at 69. And then you use attack +3 CO, 72. And then if you use Summoner Support, that's 74. Well, the Summoner Support is optional, you don't need to do that. You don't need to go that far, because at 72, he would one-shot a Ryoma, he would one-shot a Lucina. Assuming they have the same merges, he would one-shot them. Yeah, that's very interesting. So here's one of those few moments where I would say, screw the speed, let's not give a damn about it. If you get a Siegbert, that's plus attack, definitely go all the way for him. If he attacks into a lot of sword heroes, he would just flatten them. Of course, he's not going to do that to Black Knights, Ikes, or like, you know, YouTube demonetization, Sigurd, but we can't say his name because YouTube demonetization. Yeah, for most heroes, he can just flatten them. But yeah, Siegbert is very good offensively. However, if you don't get plus attack Siegbert, I wouldn't go for that. But let's just finish it off for the attack version of him. Say, if you do get attack Siegbert, I would keep all his base skills. Dragon Fang, I might change my mind on that, but it's Draconic Aura or Dragon Fang, one or other. For his B skill, the only thing I would consider is putting like Swordbreaker or like Hit and Run or something. Reason for Hit and Run is because I think once you one-shot your opponent, you want to back off. He's not that great speed-wise, but if you do Hone Cavalry 41 speed, that's pretty respectable. But yeah, there's a lot of options here. It's none of them essential. Desperation's another choice. Swordbreaker, Renewal. There's a whole lot of choices here, but yeah, I'm not so certain here. He's so flexible here. Yeah, there's a lot of flexibility there, and I know some people are gonna think I'm crazy for suggesting some of them, but yeah. And finally, for C skill, keep attack tactic. Attack tactic is really goddamn good. But if you get a speed Siegbert though, I would build him a lot differently. I would say Draconic Aura or Dragon Fang still, but for your A slot, it might be Fury, it might be Life and Death. I would want to push the speed aspect because he has a chance of doubling other heroes. A really good chance. 35 base speed, and we're talking about speed boons, that's 38. Add Fury, that's 41. Or add Life and Death, that's 43. Yeah, and then with Hone Cavalry or something, he hits some ridiculous amounts like 49 or 47 speed. So yeah, he would definitely flatten a lot of heroes. And it'd be very hard to double him. Then I would run Desperation. I would completely run Desperation. It makes no sense not to. As he wouldn't single hit crush enemy heroes. He would need a double to kill them. And with Desperation, if your HP is too low, it doesn't matter. You just attack twice in a row. Now, there's one final build for Siegbert, and if you haven't noticed, he's really flexible. He has all the right stats, and that's Distant Counter. Yep, Distant Counter Advantage. Here's the funny thing, at 50 attack, he's actually capable of taking most green mages in one shot. He'd be a lot similar to like Xander or something like this. But Distant Counter Advantage actually works out. He would really easily counter the green mages, and having Vantage really helps him out in sword duels. So he attacks like Ryoma or something. Because of Dark Greatsword, he doesn't get doubled on the counterattack, or he shouldn't get doubled. It might still happen actually, but he shouldn't in general. And then, yeah, it'd be a 1-2-1 exchange, and then it's a draw, right? But you have Vantage, so on Ryoma's turn, you counterattack. You attack first, he's dead. So he can take care of sword heroes like that, and he can take care of green mages because of his decent attack, and then just straight up flattening them on the counterattack. They can't kill him in one shot. He has 41 HP and 16 res. It's not a lot of res, but his HP makes it very hard for them to one-shot him. So yeah, he has a bunch of builds ready, but basically keep attack tactic 3, Dragon Fang or Draconic Aura, and then depending on what kind of Siegbert you got, attack Siegbert or speed Siegbert, there's 2 separate builds for him. 3 actually, but yeah. He's flexible, he's really good. And with that, we get to the end of this banner. Now, I know Vegeta is also a featured hero, but for some reason she gets her own banner for voting on, I suppose. In any case, she's not here, so let's just talk about this banner. Soliel and Siegbert, though, are very good heroes, and I would definitely recommend pulling for them, but not before Legendary Heroes banner is over, which by the time this banner comes out, it will be. But even with that said, you should be spending all your orbs on Legendary Heroes banner. That's your best chances, and you will have a better chance at a better hero in every scenario there. All in all though, great banner, just go for reds. Siegbert and Soliel, great heroes. Anyways, this was Nimious. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. And I know I sound probably a little funny. I'm sorry about that, but I'm sick. But if you bore with me through all this, thank you so much. And until I'm better, until next time, bye bye.